America once stood at the center of the world's travel map. Millions flew in every year to experience the towering skyscrapers of New York, the palm-lined streets of Los Angeles, the deep-rooted history of Boston, and the natural beauty of Yellowstone. But in 2025, something changed. A growing wave of international boycotts, diplomatic tensions, and shifting global values have triggered a silent rebellion against American tourism itself. What began as subtle policy shifts and foreign advisories has now become a full-blown economic domino effect. And some of the biggest victims aren't cities or states, they're the companies that built their fortunes around tourism, retail, hospitality, and American prestige. Today we take you inside the unraveling of 8 major companies being hit the hardest as the world quietly turns its back on U.S. tourism. This isn't just economics, it's personal. If you haven't subscribed yet, join us as we uncover what's really happening behind the headlines. Number 1. Marriott International. For decades, Marriott symbolized global luxury. From Bali to Boston, its golden M logo represented trust, quality, and American-style hospitality. But in 2025, Marriott's U.S.-based locations are seeing record-breaking vacancy rates. International travelers from China, Germany, Brazil, and even Canada are canceling trips, not due to poor service, but due to principle. Recent visa backlogs, racial profiling at ports of entry, and the U.S.'s increasingly unpredictable stance on foreign nationals have made America a hostile destination. As inbound tourism crashes, Marriott's flagship hotels in cities like San Francisco and Miami are becoming ghost towers. The company is rushing to pivot to domestic travelers, but with inflation hitting middle-class wallets hard, luxury stays are no longer affordable. It's a slow bleed, and it's getting worse every quarter. Number 2. Delta Airlines. Atlanta's pride, Delta once boasted global reach and top-tier service, but fewer tourists mean emptier planes. And it's not just the international routes. Domestic connecting hubs that depended on tourists are seeing record-low bookings. Flights from Paris, Tokyo, and London to key U.S. destinations are being slashed. Entire seasonal routes are being canceled. Airports like LAX and JFK are turning eerily quiet in the international terminals. And with jet fuel costs still volatile and staffing expenses high, Delta can't afford to fly half empty. The boycott isn't just symbolic, it's logistical. And for Delta, it's become existential. Number 3. Disney Parks and Resorts. Walt Disney World in Florida and Disneyland in California were once dream destinations for families worldwide. But today, they're turning into a case study of what happens when magic fades. Foreign visitation to Disney parks is down over 40% year over year. Tourists from Japan, the UK, and Australia are opting for Paris, Tokyo, and Shanghai Disney instead. Multiple controversies, from political involvement in Florida to price gouging and safety incidents, have added fuel to the fire. The boycott of U.S.-based parks isn't just about diplomacy, it's about trust. And as fewer people walk through the gates, entire ecosystems, from hotel vendors to local shuttle services, are collapsing around them. Number 4. Starbucks. Coffee was never just coffee at Starbucks. It was a symbol of modern, globalized America. But now, even the green siren can't escape the backlash. In tourist-heavy cities like Seattle, San Francisco, and Boston, Starbucks locations that once bustled with foreign visitors are now closing quietly. The decline in foot traffic has exposed deeper problems: overpricing, oversaturation, and labor disputes. While Starbucks still thrives internationally, its American identity is becoming more of a liability than a strength. And the irony? While global cafes boom, the original stores, the ones closest to its heart, are shuttering their doors. Number 5. Hilton Hotels and Resorts. Another giant in American hospitality, Hilton is facing a reckoning. Once a symbol of elite international travel, it's now haunted by silent lobbies and empty conference rooms. A sharp drop in international conferences and academic travel has hit Hilton hard. Locations in Washington, D.C., Chicago, and Houston are reporting double-digit losses. International scholars, business delegates, and students are choosing Canada, Germany, or Japan instead. Boycotts don't always come with loud protests. Sometimes they just look like empty rooms, and Hilton is full of them. Number 6. Uber. For years, Uber made navigating American cities easier than ever for foreign tourists, but with visitor numbers falling, demand has plunged in cities like Orlando, Las Vegas, and New York. Drivers are quitting in droves, while fare prices skyrocket due to reduced availability. International travelers who do make it to the U.S. now face uncertainty over ride availability, driver shortages, and even legal battles involving Uber's operations. And as Uber tries to expand abroad, its U.S. base, once its stronghold, is becoming weaker every day. Number 7. Macys. Macys was always more than just a department store. It was an experience, one that international visitors, particularly from Asia and Europe, considered a must-stop during U.S. trips. But with tourism declining, foot traffic is tanking. Stores in New York City, Chicago, and Los Angeles are seeing empty dressing rooms and ghosted holiday events. International shopping sprees, once bolstered by favorable exchange rates and exclusivity, have evaporated. Macys, already struggling against online retail, has lost its tourist cushion, and it's showing in their bankruptcy whispers and mass closures. Number 8. Carnival Cruise Line. Carnival Cruises once offered luxury voyages from U.S. ports to the Caribbean, Mexico, and beyond, but in 2025, foreign tourists are skipping cruises that start or end in the United States entirely. Cancellations have surged, insurance rates are higher, and international travel warnings are pushing potential customers toward European or Asian cruise lines. Carnival's identity as an American cruise brand is now hurting its bookings instead of boosting them. With ports like Miami and Galveston running below capacity, the entire cruise economy is destabilizing. What's happening isn't just a tourism decline, it's a shift in the way the world sees America. These companies didn't fall because of bad business strategies, they fell because of something deeper, a fracture in global trust, and that trust takes years, sometimes decades, to rebuild. As the U.S. reckons with its global reputation, the question isn't whether the boycotts will stop. The real question is, will these companies survive long enough to see their customers return? If you found this documentary insightful, don't forget to subscribe. We bring you global stories with real human impact, because behind every company collapse, there's a family, a worker, a dream quietly disappearing. Thank you for watching.